Hello and welcome to the $1,000 gaming PC build of the month for March 2023. My name is Corey with NewbComputerBuild.com. All right, March, the $1,000 gaming PC build. Any updates? So if you've been checking into these builds, what are the updates for this month? Quite significant actually for this build and in a positive way. So again, if you've been kind of hunting around for a build and this is your budget, keep in mind these updates. The biggest updates were in the $1,500 build if you want to go check that out, as we went with the AMD solution in that case. And if you check that out, you can see the rationale as to why. However, the $1,000 build is a fantastic value for what it is right now, and some things have shifted over. And actually, over the last couple months, things keep shifting for the positive. So, whereas I want to say last year, a lot of the builds when we did the updates really had to do with supply levels and costs and things like that. But really, it's exciting right now because really what it has to do with is actual exciting hardware being released. So this is a positive thing for any PC builders in the market right now. So with the CPU here, with the $1,000 gaming PC build of the month is the Intel Core i5 Core 13600KF. So this CPU is a newer-ish CPU with that came out from Intel through their Raptor Lake selection of CPUs not long ago, and actually was included in the $1,500 build last month. So a superb gaming chip, and it is a bit more expensive than the chip that was in this build last month, but will offer more gaming performance, as well gives you the option for next-gen kind of hardware if you wanted to, but you would need to get a better motherboard in order to do so, which I can get into in some of the upgrade suggestions if you have more to spend and you want to go in that direction. However, a better chip overall. So, and I'm kind of digressing at the beginning of this build, just to preface kind of some of these new updates. So, and I also want to preface that this build, while being the $1,000 build, out of all the builds this month, this is the one that does go slightly over budget, but for a good reason. And it's to kind of include this chip. And with this chip, you do need cooling. However, if you do want to spend and you have a hard limit of $1,000, you could consider something like an Intel i5 12400F still, which is about $164, and it comes with a cooler, and you'll be all right. So you'll get slightly less, very slightly less performance while gaming, but that'll keep you within that budget. But this is my recommendation this month. So let's continue on with the build. The CPU, Intel Core i5 Intel Core i5 13600 KF CPU at $296.96 at the beginning of March 2023. Included, we need some cooling here. So what we've included is Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo Air CPU cooler at $33.99 at the moment. Motherboard we have is the Asus Prime B660 Plus D4 motherboard at $124.99. The graphics card to power this build is the Power Color AMD Radeon RX 6700 XT. This comes in at a sweet $369.99. And this will give you, and I didn't preface this. I usually preface this at the beginning of the video, at the beginning of the builds, in terms of what your performance expectations are. But this will give you really good, kind of great gaming performance at 1440p resolutions and 1080p, like no issue at all, at very, very high FPS, maxed out game sort of thing. So that's kind of the expectation you can get for this build. The memory we have is the Corsair Vengeance LPX 16GB kit, a memory, DDR4 memory at 3600 megahertz at $42.99. Storage we have is an upgraded solution this month with the Crucial P3 500GB NVMe SSD at $36.99. The power supply for this one is the Be Quiet Pure Power 650 watt power supply at $99.90, and then the case to put all this together is the Xiaomi S2 Classic, $59.99. And then this, like I'd said, this build comes in a little over budget at $1,066 for March 2023. Now, I'm going to go into it a little bit more. I don't usually do this with the builds each month, but if you want some ideas for some upgrade suggestions, if you have more to spend, I know we're a bit over budget this month, but more to spend or kind of want to take advantage of the latest gen hardware, that comes with something like the latest gen CPU that we've included, the Intel Core 13600KF. You could consider something like the Asus Prime Z690P Wi-Fi motherboard. So more expensive motherboard, obviously, but it'll give you DDR5 memory capabilities. But so this motherboard comes in at $219.99, so a bit expensive, but you could also pair that with something like a Crucial 16 gigabyte kit of DDR5 memory for something like $65.99. So giving you that kind of more future-proof kind of build as an example. If you want instantly more performance, you can consider a higher-end graphics card, such as this RX 6800 XT XFX Speedster at $579.99 at the moment. Or some other ideas could be increasing your storage capabilities with the Crucial P2 1TB NVMe SSD at $70.49. Or take that CPU that is recommended above, and such as the Intel Core i7 13700K, and replace it with that one for $417.95 for better compute power. Compute power. Wow, I'm just rambling today. Compute power. So a better CPU as another example. So some upgrade suggestions, but if you visit the site, we always post the updates every single month. You can also post a comment if you're building right now. You can ask questions as you go along the way if you want to slide in some other hardware and ask if it's all compatible, etc. But that does it for the $1,000 gaming PC build of the month for March 2023. Best of luck building your next gaming PC build. Otherwise, I'll check you out next month.